Alright guys, thanks for your patience. We're going to get started right now. Hello, and thanks for taking the time to join this free webinar today. My name is Dale Bateman. I'm a part-time internet marketer living near Toronto, Canada. My background is in graphic design, marketing, and personal training. Plus, I've been building my online business as a part-time internet marketer for almost 4 years. Now, before I get started with today's free webinar, let me share with you what I believe is the #1 mistake that most internet marketers make. And yes, this includes me, especially when they are just getting started. Because I am truly passionate about wanting to help people achieve more success in their lives, and hopefully you will learn from my mistakes. As you know, many people have had great success online. However, without even realizing it, they were creating only a short-term business model. Why? They didn't build a list. They create a multitude of products to sell online. Some are good, most are not so good. They sell them through forums, affiliates, and advertising. Maybe they make a lot of money. Most of the time they don't. Why? They didn't build a list. Some of the greatest online marketers have had pockets of success by leveraging things like Google AdSense. By implementing simple keyword strategies early on, some brought in a whopping 6-figure income. But then, Google changed the rules, and these once successful online marketers were left with almost nothing. Can you guess why? That's right, they didn't build a list. So why is a good list so important? Quite simply, a quality list will continue to pay you for your quality online content over and over and over again. It all comes down to the trust that you earn from your email list. They learn to trust you because you've taken the time to build a strong relationship with them. So, what's the best way to build a strong, loyal list? That's what we're going to cover in this free webinar series. Now, I want to officially welcome you to this free internet marketing webinar. Let's get started. Grab a pen and some paper to make notes. Once the webinar is over, I'll open the floor for some Q&A. Right now, I'm doing high-level internet marketing and creating automated and passive sources of income online. Plus, I'm enjoying teaching people, just like you, how to do the same thing and make money online. But this time around, I'm making sure that everyone on my team is focused on building a list. Don't make the same mistakes that I made. Make sure that you take the strategies you will learn here and use them to build a strong, loyal email list. But remember, when you are successful, make certain that you take time for what's really important in your life, like spending more time with your family, or maybe doing some traveling you've always wanted to do, or being able to buy that new car you have always wanted. I mean, that's what's so great about working from home. You have the freedom to do what you want, when you want, and as much as you want. Now, let's get to building you a good list. Here's what we will be covering tonight. This week, we are going to be talking about getting the word out. How do you get the word out to people to visit your website and buy your products? Okay, that's what we're going to be covering tonight. So let's get started, guys. So you have created your own product that has been proven to have great demand, and you have a sales letter that has sky-high conversions. But all of that would be futile, and you would earn nothing if you don't have a single soul passing by your website, since you will have no one to sell to. Okay? That's why people say that the list is the king, or the money is in the list, or traffic is what you're after. If you don't have web traffic, people coming to your website on a regular basis, you can have the best product in the world at the best price in the world, but if nobody knows about it and nobody visits your site, obviously you're not going to sell anything. So let's talk some more about how to get the word out, to get people to your site. Okay, I've got a few ideas for you tonight that I hope will help you out. Alright, so you might be a total beginner, and therefore you do not have a massive mailing list to sell to, right? And your website is on the 112th page of the search engine results pages. Now, we can change all that with a few tried and tested traffic generation techniques and bring that website traffic up to the excellent mark. First and foremost, let me make it clear to you that SEO, or search engine optimization, is not the only way to gain massive amounts of traffic. Okay? No matter what you've heard, some people will tell you that SEO, or working the search engines, is the only way to get a lot of traffic to your site. That's not necessarily the case. There are lots of other ways that you can approach it, and we're going to talk about a couple of those tonight. You see, search engine result pages are, in a sense, just web pages, similar to regular websites on the web. It is only lucrative to have your website listed on the top of the search engine results because many people use the search engine to search for information, and it will naturally arrive on the search engine results page. So it just makes sense that where there are a lot of people landing due to the fact that they're doing all these searches, that makes sense that that's the place to be, right? Put your information where the people are. So loads of people see your site's link and you attract loads of traffic, right? Now, the effect would have been exactly the same if your website is mentioned on a website with very high traffic. Okay? So if you think of the search engine results page as just like it is, it's actually just another website. Think about it in terms of other websites that get a very high volume of traffic. Maybe there are websites out there that have been around for a long time. They have a very high ranking, and therefore they get a lot of traffic, just naturally. People are just accustomed to visiting them. Okay? A perfect example of one of these pages is Facebook. Okay, Facebook's just another web page, yet there are actually, I think it's over 1 billion people now are visiting Facebook on a regular basis. Okay, so it makes sense to have links to your website on Facebook. Okay, you see how that works now? So you don't have to be so concerned that your website is ranking high in Google, because, to be honest, if you have a decent following on Facebook, you can get just as good, if not better, traffic from there than you can from the search engines, because you have a lot more control with these individual websites, or things that are more commonly known as websites. You have a lot more control over the niche of that website, who's visiting that website. Do those people who are visiting it fit within your target market? If so, that's the place you want to be. With the search engines, all you're doing is kind of flying by the seat of your pants and hoping that because you've written about a particular keyword or keyword phrase that happens to be ranking, that people are actually going to click on your site and go to it from the search engine results page. I know myself, yes, I use the search engines quite a bit, and I will typically just choose links from the very first page that I come to on a search engine results page. But not all of those pages, not all those links have worked out for me in terms of the information I was looking for. Okay? But if you have a very niche specific website that you can link up to and have people know that you are associated with them, then I feel your traffic then becomes a lot more organic, and it's a lot more natural then. People will find you naturally, not through trying to find you through a specific phrase or term that maybe you've only written about once on your blog. Okay? So I hope that's clear, guys. Let's move on. So, for example, imagine what it would happen if your website was mentioned on the front page of Yahoo's website. Okay, now I'm not talking about a Yahoo search engine results page. I'm talking about the front page of Yahoo's website, like yahoo.com. Bang, there's you. Your website will receive so much traffic, your bandwidth might go over the limit, right? So, the trick is to get other high traffic websites in your niche to link to your website. Okay? Let me repeat that. The trick is to get other high traffic websites in your niche to link to your website. Okay? And that's the key. The ones that are in your niche can link to your website. Now, how do you do this? Well, to do this, you must give them very strong reasons to link to you. So maybe it's this very thought-provoking article you've posted on your site. Okay? It's not only the search engines who are noticing what you're putting on your website, it's also these high-traffic websites as well that have been around forever, it seems. They're also looking for content to kind of relate to their own site. Or maybe it's the ingenious solution to this lifelong problem everyone has had for all their lives that you have suddenly come up with. Okay? In short, you must give people amazing reasons or value to earn a link from them. Okay? So make sure that your content is such that people will want to link from their site to you. Alternatively, you may link to a certain high traffic website that's related to yours and ask for a link back, or a backlink, as they're sometimes called. Okay? This technique is called reciprocal linking and is a very common technique for gaining links. Okay? However, before you even ask for the link, check your own website and ask yourself if you would be proud to recommend such a site to your readers and whether it will provide useful information to your readers. So you have to kind of take a step back and take a look at your own site and think, okay, I want to ask for a reciprocal link from a particular website that I've admired for some time. It's in my niche. It's dealing with people in my target market. It gets a ton of traffic that I can really benefit from. But is what I have to offer worthy to this other website administrator to justify giving me a backlink? Okay, so you have to make sure that your site is up to par, because whenever you're doing this kind of thing, whether it's reciprocal linking or a link exchange or a traffic exchange, and you're the one that wants to initiate it, you should always be offering the other person something in return first. Let's face it, and this applies to me too, all of us, for the most part, are relative newbies online. Okay? We've got these other folks who have been around for a long time. They've got this huge following. We just want a little piece of that, right? But we have to remember that we are the newbies, and we're asking them permission to link back to us. So in exchange for that, we have to be prepared to offer some pretty decent things in return for that backlink. Otherwise, we're just not going to get it. Simple as that. Another idea with this is being a guest blogger. If you're into blogging, which you should be on a regular basis, you can offer to be a guest blogger on another blog's blog. And preferably, this is a blog that's well known, gets a lot of traffic, is in your same niche, attracts your same target market, but perhaps you can offer them a different spin on something, right? You can offer them a different way of thinking about a particular topic, or a different solution to a problem that target market that you share with them has. They have this problem that, yes, certainly they can offer solutions to it, but you've come up with this new and innovative way to solve that problem. So maybe that's your sales pitch to the other blogger that you want to exchange with, or the website that you want to reciprocal link with. So make sure, guys, that before you initiate something like that, that you have something to bring to the table that is kind of awesome and kind of a showstopper. Okay, do your homework, get it set up first and foremost, and make sure that it's something that these guys are just going to eat it up. They're going to say, hey, that's really cool, I'd never thought of that before. Sure, you can be a guest blogger, come on and write an article about it. Here, let's exchange links, and so on. Okay, so if you're initiating it, bring something to the table. Ask them, what can I do for you to convince you to share links with me, or share traffic with me, or let me write a post on your blog. Okay? So, in other words, make sure your website has its own value and not just an empty shell devised to attract traffic. And I'm going to show you some examples of this, of what I mean. Okay? Now, in many cases, when we talk about a website being an empty shell devised to attract traffic, we've all seen those sites out there. You know, they're flashy, and you hardly know where to look. It's like being at a three-ring circus. What do you look at? What's the main attraction that your attention is being drawn towards? Okay, it's hard to decipher that. So to do this, I want to give you some critical components that you must have on your website to make it worthy of getting these, high traffic backlinks. Okay, and there's really three main things that I want to mention to you tonight, and then I'm going to show you some examples of that from my own website, and hopefully you can use this information and maybe make some changes to your website so that when you go to start getting the word out which is our topic tonight, you want to start getting the word out and getting traffic to your site and leverage these very high traffic websites on the internet. Make sure that you have at least these 3 critical components before you go knocking on people's website door and saying, hey, let's switch links. Okay, check out my site, it's really cool, I've got this, this, and this in place. So your traffic, your followers are not going to be disappointed when we do this exchange. Alright, so the first one is to offer a free report with a lead capture form. This is first and foremost. When people arrive on your site, that should be the first thing that you offer to them. Is a free report. It doesn't have to be a report, but it has to be free. Something free. Everybody wants something for free. It's a free report. It's a free e-course. It's a free webinar. It's a free article, a free video, a free audio. Whatever it is, make sure that it's there for them right in front of their face, and you give them immediately a lead capture form to fill in their email address and be immediately added to your email list. Okay? Remember way back in the beginning of tonight's presentation, I talked about building a list? This is how you do it. Okay? And these other websites that you want to associate with and exchange with, they're going to see this as being, hey, this person is thinking forward. They're looking at building a list, which is the way to do things now. Okay? So that's number 1. Offer a free report, a free something with a lead capture form. Number 2, make your website a blog that you update regularly with new information. Okay? Now, I say this practically every webinar. You should have a WordPress blog as your website. All right? No question, that's what it has to be. And don't just make it a stagnant website, because you can do that. Make it a functioning blog that you update on a regular basis with new information. This is not only going to show that you are, working towards building a business for real, it's also going to show these other websites that you want to exchange with and help them, or have them help you get the word out that, hey, this person's legit. My list that I exchange with this person isn't going to be disappointed because they're going to have some new information to read if I do this exchange. All right? And number 3, make it easy for people to find you and connect with you from there, from your website. Okay, you should have links that very clearly indicate that you are easy to contact and connect with, and that you're there to help them and provide them with more useful information. Okay? It's all about building that trust, and we're talking about people who, you have to remember that when you're talking about these exchanges, these reciprocal linking exchanges, the traffic that you're focused on trying to acquire, they're used to this high-end website that's been around forever, and they get really quality stuff there. That's why they keep coming back. So make it as easy as possible for people to connect with you and start trusting you, and it'll work from there. Okay? I'll give you an example. Many years ago, when I first got into internet marketing. I wasn't even into it yet, actually. I was looking around for a good site to get some information for. At the time, I was working as a personal trainer, and I wanted some innovative new workout ideas for my clients. So I was looking around online for some good content that I could use, and I happened upon this one fellow's website, and he had some good stuff, which I got on his email list. I received his emails for some time, and I did benefit from that experience, and being associated with him, I got some good content. The only trouble was I found that he was a bit wordy with his explanations. He didn't seem to kind of get to the point very quickly. So in other words, the content was good, but it could have been better, in my opinion. All right, and I'm not mentioning any names. But not too long, maybe a month or 2 or 3 even, after I got added to this one fellow's list, he put out an offer for people to connect with a colleague of his, and who had a new exciting program that they were developing, and people could kind of get involved with this fitness program on the ground floor. So I went to check it out, and this other guy, we'll call him Fitness Trainer B, he had it all, okay? In terms of the information I wanted, he had everything that I wanted in terms of the types of workouts that I wanted to start getting my clients doing. He had them. He was developing them, and he was actually creating new ones each and every month, which I thought was great. And I liked the way that he worded his emails, because I got on his list as well. I liked the way he worded his emails. He seemed to get to the point very quickly, told you what he was going to offer you, and how he was going to do it, and so on. And that was it. And then you got the information. Whereas person A, who was the first one that I got in touch with and got on their list, Trainer A, I just didn't really have the connection there. It wasn't a strong connection for me. So I just wanted to mention that, guys, to show you that, you don't have to be somebody's first choice. You can be somebody's second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever choice in terms of the list that they join. It all comes down to you and your information being the right fit for them. For me, Trainer A just didn't cut it. Trainer B was awesome, and I'm still on his list today. And I've been there for, I think it's close to 6 years now. Trainer A, I dropped shortly after I switched over. Okay, I unsubscribed from his list. But if I hadn't been connected with Trainer A, I would never have found Trainer B. That's my point. People who are visiting these high-end websites that you want to do the exchange with and start getting the word out about your site, the traffic is there, but that's not to say that that traffic is happy with what they're getting. So you should always be looking at the content of those that you want to work with, and, for lack of a better term, re-engineering that content to make it better and to make it so that it fits with maybe a different aspect of that niche or that target market that you are better equipped to to work with than perhaps this other person. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. Let's go back and remind ourselves what was number one, because I want to now give you some examples from my website. I've actually got a screen capture of my website, and I want to show you these three things. So number one was offering a free report or a free something with a lead capture form on your website. So here's a screenshot of my website. Okay. Now, one thing that's very critical that I want to point out to you, and I'm sure you've all heard this terminology before, but there's a term which is known as above the fold and below the fold in terms of websites. Okay? When we talk about above the fold, I'm just going to put my mouse up here in the top left corner, and I'm going to drag down. You see this bar I've got across the center of the site? That part there that I now have highlighted with my mouse, that is what's known as above the fold. If someone is using sort of a typical size monitor on their computer, that, or let's say their laptop, even a tablet, whatever, that section there is typically what they will see as soon as they get to your website. They're not going to see anything down below that line typically. Might see a little tiny bit, just to know that there's a little bit there that they can scroll down and see, but for the most part, that's what they're going to see when they first get there. So you have to make sure that what's up here in this part above the fold, if this is the fold at that line, you have to make sure that the majority of what you want them to see is there. Okay? And what do you know? Right here, I've got a free report called Affiliate Marketing Supremacy. That's my free report. And I've got a lead capture for them to add their email in and hit sign up now. And they'll be taken directly to a page where they can download that free report right off the bat. Okay? So that's an example number one. Offer a free report with a lead capture form. Done. Okay? What's number two? Make your site a blog that you update regularly with new information. Well, back to the website. Now, this happens to be below the fold, but as I said, in a lot of cases, you know, your monitor may show you something like this. Okay? It may be just slightly below that line. So we've still got a little bit there as kind of a teaser for people. So they may see the top end of this. This is actually a blog post. These are blog posts. I've got about 3 or 4 of them, excerpts from blog posts. Each of my newest ones come up to the top each day. I update my blog every weekday. I don't do weekends, but I update my blog every weekday. So you can see today we're recording this webinar on July 23rd, 2013. That's my latest blog post right there. AdSense, good or bad. You can go to my site, buildyoursuccess.com, buildyoursuccessonline.com, I'm sorry. You can go there right now and read that. Okay? But don't. Stay here. Stay on the webinar. We're not done yet. We're almost there. So, in other words, just below my lead capture free report thing, I've got some content that they can read. You know, and I try to keep it different enough that it's going to be interesting for people, and I try to put a different kind of spin on things. So, asking the question, AdSense, good or bad? You know, it's kind of intriguing. You know, some people may know what AdSense is. Most people, I think, do. They see the little Google symbol here with the money on it, so they wonder, hey, I wonder what that is. You know, so they could go here and they can just read that read that article, read that blog post right from here, from the web page, the home page. Or if they want to read all about email marketing, they can click this one and go read that blog post. Okay? So there you go. Second point, make it a blog that you update regularly with new information. Okay? Getting that new traffic that you're attracting with this exchange or this exchange of links, whatever it might be, give them something new that they can read and they can get information about. Because that's what it's all about, guys. Providing people with information. We're in information overload, I think, but that's still what people want, so we better give it to them, right? Okay, that's back to number 3. We want to make it easy for people to find you and connect with you from there, from your home page. Okay? So back to the home page. Hey, bang, here we go. Right here, you've got 5 options right up in the top right corner to get in touch with me. You can go to my Facebook page here. You can go to my Google Plus page here. You can follow me on Twitter here. My LinkedIn profile is here. My Pinterest posts and boards are here. And also my YouTube channel. So I typically find, because I'm into social media too, I typically find people generally are not into all 5 of these. Some people may be into 2, but very rarely are there people that are into 3 or more. Okay, you've got people who are really into Facebook, or they're really into Google Plus, or they're really into YouTube. Those are the things that they go to, or Twitter. They go to that all the time. It's a kind of a daily thing for them. So having this variety here is a good thing, because it gives people, it's a comforting thing for them. They feel comfortable. If they're a Facebook user on a daily basis, seeing that F logo makes them feel comfortable. Like, hey, I can connect with this person. I like what they're doing. I got their free report. I like reading their articles. I can connect with them on the platform, on the social platform that I'm used to, that I like, that I use every day. And that's a good thing for me. So click and away they go. They're on my Facebook page. Okay? We also have a couple of things here. You know, right? There's no sense in complicating things. People tend to complicate their website. You know, look at this layout. It's very simple, very clean, very easy to navigate, and that's all it has to be. You don't have to overcomplicate it. You don't have to overthink it. People will get confused and they'll want to leave if they can't find their way around. So we've got 3 basic menus here. We've got a home button, which takes you back here from wherever you are, an about button, which is sort of an about me page, which every blog and every website should have, must have. You have to tell people about you. That's what they want to know. The giving of your content is one thing, but they want to know and they want to connect with the person that's providing the content. So use your about page to give them that information that they want. And the final one is contact. So if one of these doesn't cut it for them, you know, one of the social platforms, maybe they're not into any of them. I find that hard to believe, but there are some people who haven't embraced social media yet. So if that's the case and they're into email, bang, they hit the contact button right here in the menu and they can send me an email anytime. So that's number 3. Make it easy for people to find you and connect with you from your homepage, from there. All right? And again, keep it clean, keep it simple, guys, and you'll go a long way towards attracting new traffic, especially when you get these higher end, higher traffic websites on board with you to try to help get the word out about your site. Okay? I've added a couple of things here in the sidebar, nothing too fancy. This is a link for my tools suite that people can sign up for to get their own autoresponder, their own conference room like we're using here tonight. It's all part of a tool suite called Pure Leverage that I'm an affiliate for, so I have a link there for that. This is a still image, but it's an animated thing that moves all the time, so it's kind of interesting looking. I've got a list here where they can select an archive of my posts. You know, I've only got about 2 or 3 listed here in excerpt form, but if they like what they see and what they read here, they can go to the archives and select a month and grab other articles to read. And I've also got my latest YouTube video is right here. This updates daily. When I update my YouTube video, which I do daily, that updates as well. So this one right here, 7 Secrets to Building Your Online Credibility, was actually the title of today's video, and that's there ready for them to watch. Okay, if they want to watch more videos, where do they go? Right up here. They click the YouTube tab and they're on my YouTube channel. They can watch all my videos. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you guys, to make your website as appealing as possible, not only to potential visitors, traffic that you want to add to your email list, okay, right here, but also to the higher end, higher traffic websites that you are attracting as well, to get you into an exchange situation to help drive more traffic to your site. Okay? So that's our main topic for tonight. Now, here are tonight's 5 ways to make money online. So as you know, if you've been here before, every week I share with you 5 unique ways for you to make money online. So we're up to number 21 already, okay? Another week, well actually the end of this week will be halfway there. This is our 5th webinar in the series of 10. So, number 21, build your design portfolio and earn money too. This is for the budding designer. Enter logo and design contests that you can find online. An example is 99 Designs. However, do note that you won't get paid unless your logo wins against many others. So these are contests, but keep this in mind too. And it's not all about winning the contest, okay? That's not really your main, or shouldn't be your main purpose in doing this. Even so, this is a great way for a designer who's just starting out to build a portfolio and learn quickly what clients love, okay? That's the main point I wanted to get across. Use these contests, which you do have an opportunity to win if you're good enough. Use these contests to build your portfolio. So you're building a specific design for whatever it is to enter the contest, and that you can add to your portfolio. And you also learn pretty quickly what people like and what people love. If you happen to win, what does your design look like? What is what is the sort of content of your design? And what did people like about it? Or if you don't win, take a look at the winners. What's different about your design from theirs? And how can you make yours look more like theirs? Because obviously people liked theirs. Okay, so budding designers, go for it. Build a portfolio and earn money too. Number 22, create Twitter backgrounds. Now, in case you're not aware, but you should be, social media marketing is currently the hottest trend that helps boost traffic to websites substantially. Now, if you've been living under a rock, you didn't know what that statement meant, but most people do. Now, as such, more and more marketers are utilizing Twitter to promote their sites. With the growing needs of social media marketing, you can make money online by helping your clients create Twitter backgrounds that cause such a positive impact on the viewer that they start following your client on Twitter. Okay, and really, guys, that's sometimes all it takes. If somebody sees a very cool Twitter background, that's all it takes for them to hit the follow button. Okay, I've seen it time and time again. Okay, if you do get into this, guys, it's great, but make sure that you're keeping things consistent. You know, I just showed you my website where I had, you know, all of these social buttons up here for people to get to my different social platforms. Make sure when you're doing this that you're making those backgrounds, those Facebook cover pages, whatever it might be, make sure they're consistent. Because when people start clicking each of those links to see what each of these social platforms is all about for this particular person or this blog, if they don't see a consistent look, people are going to go, hey, what's going on? Is this the same person? Is this the same company? What's the deal here? Okay, so consistency, very important. But that aside, creating Twitter backgrounds, again, if you're creative, go for it. 23. Insert info links into your content. Now, this is something I saw more of it a few years ago. It may be something that's on its way out, but it's still something worth investigating, as it's pretty easy to do. Now, info links are a form of in-text advertising. After you sign up your website for a particular info links program, you'll see underlined links scattered throughout your articles on your website. Whenever your visitors click on the text links, you will be paid. So what happens is, these info links programs, they have tons of clients, and they could be anybody. They could be other websites, they could be Fortune 500 companies, they could be small companies, they could be large companies, whatever. They could be individuals, they could be rock stars, who knows? They could be just about anybody. Could be a client of one of these InfoLink program companies. And what they do is they sell this service where they get people in their into their programs who have websites, who have blogs and write articles all the time, just like you should be doing. And they offer to their clients the fact that, hey, we're gonna put some links throughout this person's content that will link to your website, your whatever, your Facebook page, whatever they want. Okay, so you might write an article and all of a sudden you see a particular word or a particular phrase has become a link. And when you click that link, it maybe goes to somebody selling whatever, car parts. Who knows what it is? But anyway, if somebody, clicks on those links, then you get a little chunk of money, a little chunk of change. Okay? So it's something, if you got some extra time on your hands and you are blogging on a regular basis, it may be something you want to do, because it really just does its own thing. Once you set it up, you don't have to revisit it. The links just stay there, and whenever new people visit your site, read the article and click the links, you get paid. Okay, moving on. 24. Open an online niche store. Okay? Use a simple store development platform which enables you to create content-based sites that generate income through the eBay affiliate programs. So you can become an eBay affiliate And you can also do this with Amazon, but it's actually a little easier with eBay because you can select specific niches, and that's really beneficial because in most cases people do have a niche that they're dealing with, right? So you can create an online store where you are an affiliate of eBay selling niche specific items through them to people who visit your website. Okay? And this can be the only thing that site does. So maybe you've got a blog that deals with, I'll just use the fitness niche because it's something I'm familiar with. So you've got a fitness blog, but you've also got linking from that blog a niche online store for the fitness niche where you sell affiliate products and services of a fitness nature, a fitness niche through eBay. Okay? Another idea. And finally tonight, contribute to associated content. Now, associated content, write a story, a how-to tutorial, a rant about a particular situation or circumstance, etc. Then you submit it to these associated content people online, and you get paid. You can get paid, it depends on the company, anywhere from say $3 to $20 per article that they select. Now I'll give you an example. Company A brings out a new product, and it's something that's within your niche, within your realm of experience. What you can do, get that product, number one, try it, whatever it is, and then write a review about it. Or write a tutorial on how to use it. Or write a rant about how awesome it is. You probably don't want to write a rant about how bad it is, okay? Or write a rant about a particular situation where you use that product, or a circumstance where that product came in handy, whatever it is. And you can submit that to the company that created that product and say, hey, I wrote this tutorial, I wrote this rant about how awesome your new product is. You know, will you guys give me some money for it? It's a maybe not a fair example, but it's almost like a paparazzi selling a photo to a particular celebrity that they took the photo of, okay? Or to a publication that wants to publish that photo. All right? So, you know, and it doesn't have, don't think of it as being a shady thing, because it's not. This is a legitimate way that some people make a living. They just choose particular products that come out, write something about it, do a video about it, do both, whatever. And they submit it to the company, and in many cases they get paid for doing so, because the company can take that, whatever it is, article, video, whatever it might be, and they can leverage it in their advertising, whether it be just on their website, whether it be part of a commercial on TV, whatever it might be. Anything like that where, and especially if you are singing the praises of that particular product, they're interested in it. I almost guarantee it. Okay? Because their customer, which essentially is you, is more interested in most cases in what you have to say about that product than what the company has to say about that product. They can shout out the praises of that product till they're blue in the face, but if somebody that they know doesn't like it, they probably won't buy it. You know what I mean? How many times have you been thinking about buying a product that you think is cool because you've only ever seen a commercial on TV for it? Then you talk to your friend and say, hey, I'm thinking about buying product A, and they say, oh, I just bought product A, it sucks. I can't believe how bad it is. I watched the commercial. I thought it was great. I bought it. It's totally garbage. Don't buy it. What are you going to believe? Are you going to believe the commercial, or are you going to believe your friend? You're going to believe your friend. 10 out of 10, you're going to believe your friend. So if you're doing positive content for this particular product, whether it be an article or a video, whatever it might be, these companies want to use that content because they can leverage that to convince people that it's a good product to buy. Okay? All of a sudden, it's not them shouting the praises, it's you shouting the praises of that product. And 10 out of 10 people that see you as a real person shouting out about this product, they're probably going to go for it. So there's another idea. There's your 5 ideas for tonight, guys. And if you try at least one of these strategies soon, you will see a gain in your online success. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for attending the webinar tonight. Just a couple of quick things. Remember that these webinars happen every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And tonight we went a little bit long. I do apologize for that. I try to keep them somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes. We're up about the 56, 57 minute mark now. But I hope you got some good content out of tonight and you understand at least the basics of getting the word out about your website and how you can leverage that and draw upon the traffic that exists currently with some higher profile websites in your same niche that are dealing with the same target market that you are. You know, there's a saying that just about every internet marketer uses, which is don't reinvent the wheel. If somebody has traffic that you want, don't go after new traffic. Go after their traffic. Because you can offer that traffic, those consumers, a different spin on the same sort of thing. That's why I told you earlier to re-engineer the products that you see and you like, make them better and make them your own, and then offer them to that same list, and chances are people will go for it because you can solve an additional problem that first marketer didn't even think about. Okay? So I will leave you with that. Visit my blog at any time, buildyoursuccessonline.com. You know what it looks like now, so you know what to expect when you arrive. You can grab that free report anytime. It's called Affiliate Marketing Supremacy. And just go back there. You know, visit anytime, guys. I've always got fresh content up there. You can always leave comments on any of the blog posts. That's located right here. Okay? And I welcome your comments, your suggestions. You know, write me an email. Hit the contact button, tell me what you'd like me to write about in a future blog post, or a topic for a future webinar is another idea. Okay? So again, thank you so much for attending. I will leave it at that. We'll open it up for Q&A now. And again, thanks again, and I'll see you next week, 8 p.m. Wednesday. Be here, and we'll go over a new topic. Thanks again.